Hi, I'm Navid Ansari, and in this video we're going to talk about blueprint classes for beginners. Everything that you should know about blueprint classes. So without any further ado, let's begin. There is a lot of way to create the blueprint classes, and the way that I want to show you is, I think, the best way to show somebody, to teach somebody how you can create it. Of course, there is a lot of way to create a blueprint class, okay? But if I want to create it from this word outliner, you can do it. You can just click whatever component in here and add a blueprint class to it, okay? But that will be a little bit confusing for you. So let us find out how we can create it properly in this content drawer, so you will get the idea and you can create it in a way that you want. So because this blueprint class is too much important for you, I'm gonna take my time to explain it, okay? So I hope it won't get boring for you, okay? So you can see that I create a folder in here by just right clicking in here and create a new folder in here, and I call it my classes. So all of my classes, I want it to be here, okay? In here we can right click and create a new blueprint class, and it will tell you to what parent class you wanna select to create your new class with, okay? So in top in here you have actor, you have pawn, you have character, and all of this that is most common, but you have a lot of stuff that you can create class for, okay? So in here, for example, if I search light in here, it will give me all the light, like directional light, point light, and everything that has light in it, okay? And we can create a blueprint class for that. And if you watch my videos about most used nodes in Unreal Engine and Unreal Engine 5, you know most of these classes, right? So in here, what is the difference between actor, pawn, and character, and all of these, okay? The actor is a basic object in your scene, and it has, for example, if I click on this in here, this is an actor, right? That has a static mesh on it. And what the actor has transform, actor has physics, for example, collision, and when you add a static mesh to an actor, it will have this static mesh in here that you can select. It will have material. So when you want to create a new blueprint classes, it says what options you want to have. So if you select the actor, you can have whatever you want. But in this pawn, if you choose pawn, you can have input controller for your blueprint classes. For example, if you select actor, you can't use input, but you have this transform and a lot of things, right? But if you choose pawn, you can have inputs, like when you hit N on your keyboard, you can have that and you can trigger something with that, right? And character as well give you more options. This player controller, it will give you more and more options. And because this is for beginner blueprint classes, let's just use actor, because you can do whatever you want with this blueprint, this actor in your game. Unreal Engine developer make all of these classes for us, so it will make life easier for us. We can do whatever we want with just this actor. But if you want an easy way to create something that has input control in it, you can use pawn. If you want to use something that has light in it, you can search light in here and you can have light, okay? But you can do whatever you want with just actor, okay? So let's just create that. For naming, always we start with BP because it's a blueprint class. I think you should have this method so you can find your blueprint material instances and everything easily. So when we say BP, it means that it is blueprint class. So we say BP my actor, for example, and when we open it, you can see that it will open up this. Let's just drag and drop it to put it in here, okay? And there is 3 tabs in here. One of them is viewport, and this viewport, you can add a static mesh, you can add light, you can do whatever you want in here. You can add whatever you want. Just select this and add whatever you want. For example, I want to add a cube in here. We can have it, okay? We can add whatever we want in this blueprint class. In viewport, we can add it by just hitting add. For example, light, okay? We can have light in here. Let's just bring it up, and you can see now we have cube, we have point light, we have default scene root. So after that, you can see that this cube is child of this default scene root. So if we change the location of this default scene root, all that is the child of this default scene root will change its location as well. So you can see the point light again is child of this cube. So if we change this, the location of this cube, you can see that this light that is child of this cube will change its location relative to this box that we have here, and you can see it. But if we want to change the point light location, we can do it because there is nothing in child of that. You can just change it, and location of our cube won't change because the cube is parent of our point light. So that was for viewport. What this construction script? This construction script is whatever you want it to happen before the playing game starts. For example, you want to set the intensity of the light, you want to set the scale of the cube, you want to do whatever you want before the game starts. You can do it in construction script, and it's just a blueprint, and you can do whatever you want in here. For example, we can just print a string in here and say hello world, and if we compile it, and of course we should add it to our scene, we should add this to our scene, and you can see that we can change this, and you can see this is BP my actor, and in here you can see that it has default scene root, it has cube, and it has point light in it. Okay, and you can change the location of that like you did in the blueprint class, and you can select it here, select for example this cube, and if you change it, because this is parent of our point light, when we change the location of this, the location of the light will change as well. If you change the location of this default scene root, all of the object or actor that is the child of this default scene root will change its location, and you can see that. Okay, so let's just delete that. You can do whatever you want in here, but most important thing in this blueprint class is event graph, and you can see it has event begin play, event actor begin overlap, and event tick like we have in our level blueprint, right? So let's just delete all of them. We don't need to do anything with them, and I did show you how you can work with blueprints, and you can do a lot in here. Okay, so now you can see that we have this BP my actor in here, and it has cube and light in it. Okay, so for example, I want to change the intensity of our light. So first let's just compile in here, and you can see that in variables it has point light, cube, and default scene root, and you can get the reference to all of those. So in this BP my actor, you can do all of that easily. So for example, in this point light, we can get the point light in here, and for example, let's just set intensity in here. Okay, and for the intensity, let's just add the event begin play. We set the intensity of this light to something. For example, let me go here. The intensity of this light is 5000, so let's just make it to 10,000, right? So let's just put a value like 10,000 in here, and now if we run our game, you can see the intensity is 5000. If we run, you can see that the intensity is increased. Now let's just go to our actor and change the intensity like a 100. Okay, so intensity should be changed. Let's just compile and again run, and you can see no, intensity is 100 and it's less than before, right? So with blueprint, it makes our life much easier to create your game logic, right? So another option in blueprint classes is that you can promote something to variable in here. Okay, so if we compile, we can change the value from here, but if you make it instance editable, okay, by checking this, or you go here and make this instance editable by clicking on this eye in here and compile it in here, when you go to your game and select this BP my actor, you can see at the tab of default in here there is a new intensity, and you can change this intensity. So whenever a level editor want to change the intensity, for example like 100,000. Okay, so now if we run our game, the intensity is now 100,000. Okay, so that was the instance editable in our blueprint class, and you can see it that it is happening, right? We can change the name, we can give it a category in here, we can do whatever we want. So for example, I want to change the category in here to, for example, my custom variable. Okay, so when we change that and compile it and go to our scene in here, when we select our BP my actor, you can see that it's not saying default and it says my custom variable, and I want to put all of my custom variable in this category in here. So we can change this light intensity in here, and if you run, and you can see the intensity again, it's increased. And again, if you want to change the variable name, you can do that. I want to change it to intensity, compile it, and again, if you go to your scene, you can see that its name is no intensity. Of course, you can change the intensity of this point light by just going to that point light in here, and you can change the intensity in here. But in this BP my actor, if you select actor itself, it will give you that intensity, because we said that we want to set the intensity in our blueprint classes. Okay, so that was all for blueprint classes, and in the future video I will talk more about blueprint classes. This was for beginners, and I hope you like this video. Please, if you want to help me, hit that like button. It's a lot important to me. When nobody liked my videos, I think with myself that maybe it's not good enough, and I don't know if I should create more video like this or not. Thank you very much for watching. It's my honor to have you at the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.